Instead of innovating in the foldable space, Samsung seems to be playing catch up this year with its Galaxy Z Flip 5 after the unexpected launch of the Motorola Razr 40 Ultra. Like the Razr 40 Ultra, Samsung too has its own larger cover display, which seems like a big upgrade over the previous one. However, sporting a bigger cover display is only half the one unless it's backed up by a rock-solid software experience. And that's exactly what we are going to find out in this video review. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 is available in two variants. The base variant comes with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage and is priced at 99,999 rupees. The second variant offers 512GB of storage and is available at 1,09,999 rupees. The phone's overall design appears very similar to the previous Galaxy Z Flip 4. There's a new hinge which is said to be able to withstand shocks better, and it also allows both halves of the foldable to sit flat against one another with no visible gap. The black glass which covers the outer display has been expanded and now takes up the entire half, making the phone appear like a stylish slab of glass when folded. However, the new flex window display hidden underneath does not possess the same dimensions and shows thick borders all around when lit up, especially at the bottom near the camera cutout, which results in an odd-looking inverted folder-like appearance. Despite the new hinge, Samsung has not managed to reduce the crease on the main display. The resulting groove is as prominent as before and is a far cry from what brands like Oppo and Motorola have achieved with their vertical foldables. The inner display is still best in class when it comes to durability, and we're happy to know that Samsung has managed to maintain the previous model's IPX8 water resistance rating. Unlike most foldables launched in India so far, Samsung has gone with the latest processor from Qualcomm called the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform for Galaxy, which is a tweaked version of the standard processor. It offers excellent performance when dealing with apps or when playing games, both when compared to the competition and even when compared to regular premium flagships as well. The phone does heat up when playing games and when using the camera, but neither impacts performance of the ongoing activity. Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 comes with One UI 5.1.1, which is based on Android 13. While it offers the usual Samsung UI, there's some new flex window functionality added to the mix. Using the flex window with the usual navigation swipe gestures is quite easy. The widget-based interface works in a manner similar to the Galaxy Z Flip 4's tiny cover display and is very basic compared to what's possible on the Motorola Razr 40 Ultra. Samsung also offers the ability to run a handful of supported apps on the cover display, but this has to be enabled in labs as it is a beta feature. But we had several problems when it came to dealing with notifications. The widget-based interface results in three types of notifications when interacting with the cover display. This can get quite confusing and frustrating as they show varying levels of information depending on the type of apps and whether or not it's supported by Samsung. There's a standard notifications from messaging apps which reveal the whole message via the widget-based interface, and you can dismiss or reply to it using the new keyboard from the cover display itself. The second type is to do with every other unsupported app. It only reveals truncated information in a card-like format, below which will be a clear button to dismiss the notification. The third type of notification is to do with supported apps, some of which are allowed to run on the cover display. While this sounds exciting and fun, it does get quite tiring because you have to keep jumping in and out of apps from the notifications area when dealing with such notifications. You can also force every app to run on the cover display by installing Samsung's Good Lock app. However, this messes up the notification system even further, and apps that are not optimized don't scale well. The camera hardware remains unchanged over last year's Galaxy Z Flip 4, which was not too bad to begin with. There's a 12MP primary camera with OIS, a 12MP ultra-wide camera, and a 10MP selfie camera which is embedded into the main folding display. Camera performance has not really improved over the previous model. The primary camera captures sharp-looking photos in daylight with the typically saturated colors we are used to from Samsung smartphones. Details, although sufficient, are still on the lower side and far from the superior imaging capability of the similarly priced Galaxy S23. The ultra-wide camera captures average photos in daylight, but these images are low on resolve detail, especially in the shadows. Selfies captured in daylight come out sharp and clear with good edge detection in portrait mode. However, the primary camera does a far better job at this with much better details and definition, which is why I would strongly recommend using it instead of the selfie camera, especially in low light. In low light, street lit scenes have average detail and appear a bit over-sharpened with crushed blacks in the shadows. The primary camera also has trouble locking focus in dimly lit scenes, so the resulting photos come out soft, especially when using the night mode. Videos recorded at 4K 30fps appear average in terms of detail, with decent color saturation but underexposed shadows. Low light videos lacked noise, but this led to flattened or blotched textures. Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 offers the same 3700 mAh battery capacity as with the previous model. The phone lasted a good 16 hours and 45 minutes when put through our video loop battery test, but with daily usage barely lasted a whole day on a single charge, which is a bit disappointing. The phone took a good 2 hours and 14 minutes to charge to 100%, which is also quite slow. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 manages better image and video capability than the Motorola Razr 40 Ultra, but we would pick the lower price Razr between the two because of its well-optimized cover display experience, which is currently second to none. If you seek good camera and video quality, the Samsung Galaxy S23 is a much better choice at this price point, minus the folding tricks. And that's it for our review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.